The movie opens with Edgar Munson, a man on the run from the police, who crashes his car into police cruisers and escapes to a rooftop with a remote trigger. Surrounded by armed officers who order him to surrender, Edgar refuses, demanding to speak with the lead detective. Soon, Detective Halloran arrives and questions him. Edgar, terrified, insists he must start a game to stay alive. Unknown to the police, a countdown is ticking down. With time running out, Edgar reluctantly activates the trigger. In response, officers fire, accidentally shooting his hand and then his chest, causing him to collapse. The scene shifts to a dark room where 5 people, Anna, Ryan, Mitch, Carly, and an unconscious man, are chained to a wall, their heads covered by metal buckets. Suddenly, a recording by John Kramer, known as Jigsaw, starts playing. Jigsaw's message explains the grim rules of their game. Each person must shed some of their own blood to survive. If they don't, they'll be pulled toward a wall lined with spinning buzzsaws. As the saws start spinning, the chains attached to the captives' buckets begin to drag them closer to the deadly wall. In desperation, Anna makes the first move, cutting her arm to free herself. She calls out to the others, urging them to do the same. Ryan and Mitch, terrified but driven by survival, follow her lead and free themselves. Carly, however, paralyzed by fear, doesn't react quickly enough and is injured by the saw. The 5th person in the game remains unconscious, unable to understand what's happening, and tragically doesn't survive. In the next scene, a woman jogging in the park stops near a crowd by a bridge, horrified to see a body hanging with a bucket on its head. The scene shifts to the morgue, where forensic pathologists Logan Nelson and Eleanor Bonneville examine the body. Soon, Detective Halloran and his partner Hunt join them. When Logan and Eleanor remove the bucket, they discover the victim's face is gruesomely split in half, likely by a buzzsaw. Embedded in the neck, they also find a small chip. When they insert the chip into a computer, a recorded voice plays. It's Jigsaw, revealing that only 4 people are still alive in the game. Meanwhile, the remaining captives, Anna, Ryan, Mitch, and Carly, find themselves in a barn, their necks still chained. A puppet on a tricycle rolls into the room carrying a sign that reads, "Confess." Confused, the captives start confessing minor wrongdoings, but nothing changes, and they're soon pulled toward gears in the center of the room. Desperate to find a way out, Mitch spots a tape near the puppet. When he plays it, the chains suddenly loosen, hinting that they're connected to the ceiling, offering a brief reprieve and another chance to survive. Soon after, 3 syringes drop down, each filled with a similar-looking substance. A new recording from Jigsaw plays, exposing Carly's dark secret. She once stole a purse, and her actions indirectly caused the death of an asthmatic woman. To save the others from being hanged, Carly must inject herself with one of the syringes. One syringe holds an antidote for a poison now in her body, while the others contain a harmless saline solution and a lethal acid. Carly notices that one syringe is labeled 3.53, matching the amount of money she stole from the woman. However, as the chains begin lifting them, cutting off their air, Carly hesitates. Desperate, Ryan stabs all 3 needles into her neck, freeing the group but causing Carly's painful death from the acid. Later, Detective Halloran finds Carly's body outside a building, with her face scarred by acid burns. Forensic pathologists Logan and Eleanor discover another piece of flesh missing in Jigsaw's signature shape. This leads them to suspect that John Kramer, the original Jigsaw killer, could still be alive. Skeptical, the police commissioner orders John's body exhumed. Detective Hunt handles the task, only to find Edgar Munson's body in John's grave, implying someone removed Edgar from the hospital and placed him there. Meanwhile, at the farm where the deadly games are taking place, the remaining 3 captives, Anna, Ryan, and Mitch, realize they have all been brought together because of their past wrongs. Ryan admits to cheating on his wife, and Mitch confesses to selling a faulty motorcycle to a young man who later died in an accident. Anna, however, insists on her innocence, explaining that her husband accidentally rolled over their sleeping baby, causing the child's tragic suffocation. As they move to the next challenge, Ryan tries to exit through a door marked "No Exit," but he steps on a trap, and razor-sharp wires wrap around his foot. Mitch and Anna rush to help him and discover another hidden tape under the floor. Playing it, they realize this isn't a test for survival, but a punishment for those who seek shortcuts in life. While Mitch and Anna search for a way out, they get trapped in a silo. Suddenly, Jigsaw appears on a screen, revealing that for them to survive, Ryan must pull a lever hidden in the floorboards. Grain begins pouring in, slowly burying Mitch and Anna. Struggling with fear, Ryan hesitates, but eventually, the situation grows dire as sharp objects like knives, saws, and needles fall from above. Finally, he gathers the courage to pull the lever, freeing Mitch and Anna but losing his leg as the wires tighten and sever it. Meanwhile, Logan meets Eleanor at a bar, where she confesses to being deeply fascinated by Jigsaw's work. She takes Logan to her studio, which holds recreations of Jigsaw's infamous traps. While Eleanor admits her interest in Jigsaw's methods, she also worries her obsession might link her to the recent murders. Hunt secretly follows Logan and Eleanor, taking photos of their meeting and reporting back to Detective Halloran. Meanwhile, back at the barn, the captive's attention is drawn to the headlights of a truck. Mitch approaches the truck and finds a tape with his name on it. When he plays it, wires lift him by the foot and start lowering him toward a spinning blade designed to shred him. Jigsaw's voice reveals that the young man Mitch sold the faulty motorcycle to was actually Jigsaw's nephew. Knowing the brakes were defective, Mitch still accepted $600, leading to the young man's death. To survive, Mitch must reach down into the machine and pull a brake handle to stop the blades. As he gets closer to the shredder, Anna attempts to help by using a metal rod to jam the motorcycle engine powering the device. However, the rod eventually snaps, reactivating the machine, and Mitch meets a gruesome end in the blades. Horrified, Anna tries to escape but is captured and knocked out. At the police station, Hunt shows Halloran the photos from Eleanor's studio, prompting them to investigate. There, they find a body resembling Mitch's, and Halloran orders the arrest of both Logan and Eleanor. When Hunt moves to arrest Logan, Logan argues that Halloran is the real culprit, reminding Hunt that Halloran was the one who shot Edgar earlier. Convinced, Hunt decides to confront Halloran about the case. In the following scene, Logan returns home and finds Eleanor waiting for him, anxious and hoping for answers. Eleanor reveals to Logan that she's discovered the location of the deadly game, so they head to the barn, unaware that Detective Halloran is following them. Meanwhile, Anna and Ryan awaken in a basement, chained to the wall, with a masked man standing before them. The man soon removes his mask, revealing himself as John Kramer, the original Jigsaw. John accuses Ryan of causing his best friend's death by driving recklessly and calls out Anna for smothering her own baby and framing her husband. For their final test, John presents a shotgun with a single shell, telling them it's their key to freedom. Once John leaves, Anna grabs the shotgun, intending to kill Ryan and free herself. She pulls the trigger, but the gun backfires, killing her instantly. Ryan realizes too late that the keys to their chains were hidden in the shotgun shell, now destroyed and useless. Elsewhere, Logan and Eleanor arrive at the barn, only to be ambushed by Halloran, who chases Eleanor. Just as he's about to catch her, an unknown figure appears and knocks Halloran out. Later, both Halloran and Logan regain consciousness to find themselves wearing collars equipped with laser cutters. A voice over the loudspeaker informs them that to survive, they must confess their sins, which will automatically deactivate the lasers. Terrified, Logan goes first, admitting that years ago, he misfiled John's x-rays, leading to his cancer going undiagnosed for too long. Despite Logan's confession, the lasers appear to kill him. Terrified, Halloran finally confesses that he let innocent people die and allowed criminals to walk free in exchange for personal gain. The lasers stop, seeming to save him, until Logan suddenly stands up, unharmed. Revealing he faked his own death using a fake laser cutter, Logan removes his collar and uncovers the decomposed bodies of Anna and Ryan. In a shocking twist, Logan reveals that he was the fifth person in the first game with Anna, Ryan, Carly, and Mitch, but this happened a decade ago. Logan explains that John Kramer spared him, understanding that Logan's role in misfiling x-rays was a simple mistake. John then recruited Logan to continue his legacy, and Logan pledged to carry on John's vision of punishing the guilty. Logan reveals that he targeted Halloran because of his deep corruption as a detective, having let criminals go free in return for personal favors. Logan recreated the barn games, using criminals Halloran had allowed to escape justice as his victims. He also discloses that he was the one who shot Edgar, tying up loose ends. With Halloran's confession recorded, Logan reactivates the collar, and this time, the lasers cut through, ending Halloran's life. In this way, Logan secures his place as the new Jigsaw, committed to John's dark mission of retribution against those who evade justice.